Good morning, friends, and welcome to worship on this surprisingly snowy Sunday morning. I had an update on our weather app that we should expect a little snow today, and it might be a dusting, and then here we are having to shovel before church to make sure you get here safely. So whether you are here in this sanctuary braving the flurries, or whether you are tucked in someplace cozy connecting with us via live stream, or perhaps your schedule is such that you'll catch up with this service sometime later on a recording, I hope that you know that it is good to be the family of faith with you this day, to gather as the body of Christ, and to be part of the legacy of love and service, the work of justice and peace in the public square as family and friends of Grinnell United Church of Christ. Friends, I want to draw your attention to the back of the bulletin, as always, as we start our service today, thinking not just about what lies ahead of us in this next hour, but what we might do with what we learn as we leave this place to go back out into the world in love of God and neighbor. And there are so many wonderful ways that we might be of service to each other in the days to come. First, we are mindful that as today is the first Sunday of the month in a communion service, as we are fed at Christ's table, we are called to feed others. And so today is the day that we take up a collection for Micah, our local food bank, and we do that either through collecting non-perishable goods. So if you brought something with you today, you are welcome to put it in the shopping cart that's back in the narthex, or by collecting financial gifts that will go directly to Micah to allow them to support the work that they do, ensuring that our food insecure neighbors have what they need. And you can put a check in the lockbox that's in the back of the sanctuary in the narthex, and just make sure that the envelope or your check says Micah on it somewhere, and we will be sure that it gets to them. I know that they are appreciative of the support that they have from the wider community. The other thing I want to make sure is on your radar is that our upcoming Church World Service project for February is our menstrual hygiene kit packaging. And this year, this February project is wholly under the supervision and direction of our confirmation class. So this is their service project for their confirmation program this year. And while Elizabeth and Lindsay have done all of the shopping, because we're not going to give the church credit card to a bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds, once all of the supplies get here, they're going to make sure that everything is sorted, everything is in order, everything is laid out in nice assembly line fashion, so that on the 15th, we can all gather downstairs after worship. And this year, we are challenging ourselves to make 100 kits. In years past, we've just done 50 kits. This year, we're doing 100 kits. And it's going to be ready for you. It fluctuates on Sunday mornings. We have anywhere between 6 and 8 kids in our confirm, not conform class. And so they are looking forward to that. Every single one of these students is a pro at this. They have done this service project before as participants, and they're ready to take on the lead as organizers and directors of it. So please make sure that that is on your radar. And you can see multiple ways that you can engage in supporting this project for them in love of our neighbor around the world through Church World Service, and in support of these students who are working hard to make their faith their own and to live it out in word and in deed. And then one more thing that I want to just draw your attention to that's a change. If you closely pay attention to the church calendar that we sent out to you in September, and I know you do, I know you have it on your fridges, I know you program it into your phones, I know you set all the rest of your schedule around it, there was supposed to be a Mayflower wine and cheese for the retirees at the Buckley, well, it's not called that anymore, whatever the dining hall is called now at Mayflower, on February 12th. But we've had to reschedule that to this week coming up, so that is now on February 5th. So make sure you make all of those changes so that we can gather together this week coming up. And then, of course, you know about the PFLAG fundraiser, so I won't beat that into you again, but please make every effort to be there. So, without further ado, let us settle ourselves back into this day, this time, this hour, this space. Mindful that for 1 second we can perhaps turn off our phones, disconnect from whatever horrifying headline is ready to jump out at us next. Root ourselves in the peace that is needed for us to look injustice full in the face and say, no more, not here, not our neighbor. That we might wrap ourselves in a love that is all-consuming, that we might refuel ourselves with a hope that is not just optimism, but that can radically imagine a world beyond what we have been sold, where all have what they need, and where community care is the priority over profit. As we settle into this space, we do so knowing that this is a place where we are wildly, extravagantly, boldly, brazenly welcomed. And so we begin every service by exchanging these words of wide welcome to one another. Please share with each other the words that we see printed in bold as we pass the peace of Christ by smiling and waving at those around us. Beloved ones, no matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. The peace of Christ be with you.
Please join me in the call to worship, responding with the words that are in bold. Jesus calls us
to praise and prayer.
To song and silence.
Jesus calls us to worship.
Jesus calls us
to hearing and healing.
To service and solidarity.
Jesus calls us to love.
Jesus calls us
to advocacy and action.
to protest and provision.
Jesus calls us to justice.
Let us heed the call of Christ.
Let us worship together.